You know, every day when I go out and I drive, I think about traffic, and there are people who are coming at me, like someone who might hit me as I'm making a turn. I think to myself, I'm going to stay here and wait because you will never know my name. We'll never be involved. You're never going to hit my car. You're going to be involved with me. You'll never know my name. But think about it in life. It's the same thing. I do things in my life because I want people to know who I am. I make these videos. I do things on my job. I do things in the community. I want people that know me as a person who cares, a person who is a good teacher, who's a good mentor, a good person. But there are people who will never know my name. A person in a cell block who has me as a cellmate will never know my name. A judge who looks at me and says, "You are convicted for murder," you will never know my name. Someone who looks at me and says, "You know what? This man cheated on his wife," he will never know my name. A woman who says to me, "You know, you disrespected me because you treated me like I was less than a person," you will never know my name. A parent who says, "My son is a bum," will never know my name. A wife who says, "My husband is abusive and he hits me," will never know my name. There are people who will never know me because I am never going to be that person. And that's my point. There are people out there who do things understanding that they will be caught if they continue to do what they do. Well, I don't have to worry about being caught because I live a life which is high-minded. When I drive, when I go out in the world, when I work, when I'm with my family, when I sit down and I write, or when I practice my skills, or when I teach, there are things that I want people to know me for, but there are things that I will never be known for because these are not things that I consider myself as being part of. We watch movies and people are killing and they're swearing and they're plotting, and we look at the president and we see how the world is being ran, the country, the corruption and dishonesty. I'm not part of that. I'm not part of it because that's not what I want to be known as. No one will look at me ever and say, "John Morrison is this person who is despicable and dishonest, and he's using the world to get what he wants. He doesn't care about other people." No, that person is not me, and anyone who can accuse me will never know my name because I will not be spoken to and spoken of in that manner. Now, what does this mean for you? It means that you have a choice. If you go out in the world and you decide that you're going to make the world a better place by just being a good person, that's all you need to do. Make the world a better place by being a good person. It's not about trying to change the world because you want glory, or you want fame, or you want riches. No, you just want to make the world a better place. One time I was living in Canada and it was a big snowstorm, and there were three guys. They were pushing a car, and it was like stuck in the snowbank, and they were pushing the car. And I walked behind them, and I kind of, for some reason, the way I was situated, they really couldn't see me. For some reason, they couldn't see me as I was helping them. I got in behind, and I helped them push the car, and they never noticed me, and the car went forward, and then I walked away. And that's what it was. It wasn't that I needed someone to, give me a high five or to say, "Hey, look how great this guy is." I just saw human beings who were in need, and I decided to help them. That's what human beings do. That's what we do. So if you go out in the world and you try to be that force for good, that person who makes a difference, that person who says something which is going to be helpful, or does something, or does nothing. Sometimes it's best just to do nothing. You don't have to give your opinion. You don't have to give your input. Sometimes it's better just to listen and learn and know that you were able to get something from that. Or let's say, for example, you met somebody and you had a good conversation with that person, you had a nice time with that person. But you say to yourself, "You know what? It's okay. We don't have to see each other again. We don't have to exchange phone numbers, or we don't have to contact each other again because I'm just a person walking this earth trying to meet people and show a difference. I don't have to connect with anybody. I don't have to match up with somebody." Like, for example, there are people, let's say, for example, you meet a woman. You're a man and you meet a woman and you have a nice conversation. Well, if you're married, then you can't say to this person, let's hook up and let's get together again, because it's not something you can do. But it's nice to say, "You know what? I'm a very nice person. It's nice to meet you, and have a good life, and that's okay. But when we go too far, when we go into something that we know we shouldn't get into, it's going to ruin us. Then it may cause for disruption and may ruin what you have. So in this world, strive to be the best person you can be, but don't worry about anything that's going to take you out of your comfort zone. Don't try to make the world a better place because you want to be popular or you want to be viral. Because what happens is a lot of people, they go out in the world and they want to do things. They want to sing their songs. They want to perform their art. They want to share. But then all of a sudden they get trapped by fame, and that becomes the draw. That becomes the thing that makes them want to do more. And they forget in the beginning they just wanted to show the world something different. Now they want to become part of the world. They want to be, a star. They want to be the main focus. Not what it's about. So, if I feel a need that I need to make videos or to write a book or to teach people or do anything because I want them to look at me and say, well, John Morrison is the greatest thing in the world, I'm doing it for the wrong reason. It's not what I want. I want to be known as that person. I want to be known as someone who I can respect. I can look in the mirror and say, you know what, you did your duty for the world. You did your best for the world. And that's all that matters. You don't have to know my name. Just know that I planted something and you can sit in the shade and enjoy it. Thank you. Have a nice evening. And goodbye. Turn this thing off. Bye-bye.